I'm Timothy Gassen. They call me the AZ Puck Man. I've been following hockey at the University of Arizona for more than 30 years. And this is my Wildcat Hockey Report. Welcome to another Wildcat Hockey Report. I'm Timothy Gassen. They call me the AZ Puck Man. I'm here with the head coach of the Wildcats, Chad Berman. And coach, we've had a very busy month for the Wildcats. You opened up your home season against Northern Arizona University with 2 victories. Talk about what that first weekend did for the U of A Wildcats.
Well, I think if anything else, it validates what we think we have in our room. We were fortunate enough to have our first full week of practice, and I think that really paid off going into the weekend. So being able to see some of the work and things a little smoother, the passing a little more crisp. Obviously, it was a bit of a slow start in the weekend, but to be able to put up 8 goals and the excitement that we were able to provide for the fans for the home opener, I think that's an exciting start and certainly validates the work we're putting in.
Now, for fans who don't understand, can you talk about what an advantage it is to play at home here at the TCC?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, there's no louder place in the country than the Tucson Convention Center here, so we're very lucky to play here. Our fans are passionate, and we're working hard every day to make sure to reward them.
So the Wildcats start the season 3-0 and then head out on the road to Oklahoma. First, you play number 5 ranked Central Oklahoma. This is a big game for the Wildcats. You haven't had a lot of ice time to practice, and you come out with an impressive 2-1 victory. Talk about what that victory did over the 5th ranked club in the ACHA did for the Wildcats.
It's unbelievable. It's a place that we've had a lot of trouble in. It's a tough building, in my opinion, maybe the toughest building in the ACHA to go in and win. So they may want to rewrite the movie Miracle, I don't know. But given the circumstances of having 0 practices, for us to go in and find a way to win, it was impressive. And I would give certainly full credit to the captains and the leadership that they provided.
Then you continue on to the University of Oklahoma, 2 hard-fought games. You didn't come out with a win in either of them, but what did you learn about your Wildcat team in those 2 games against Oklahoma, also highly ranked number 9 in the ACHA?
Yeah, certainly there's no such thing as moral victories, but Friday night I thought Oklahoma was the better team. They deserved to win. They came off a loss to Arizona State that I think was a bit of a stunner for them. So I think Friday we definitely got their best, their A game, I guess you could say. And they came out hard, and we were able to match that intensity. They got a goal early in the second. From there, I think the momentum just kind of swung. Saturday night, I thought we were the better team. I thought we deserved to win. Some of the rust showed up. Goaltenders not have as many pucks. We're kind of exposed in some of that areas. Again, the short passing. But what I noticed and what was important to me, we're more focused on the process than the outcome. So what I noticed is the process continues. We had 4 lines that can roll that are tough to play against. We have a checking line that's a real pain to go against every night. It's going to be given top lines fits on their opponent there. But we just kept coming. We got down 4-1 in the 3rd period. And what you want to look for is what kind of fight we have. And again, I think it's a credit to our leadership and how they can get these guys to get up and continue battling. They never quit. We made it interesting late. And unfortunately, they got the empty net goal to seal the game. But you leave the rink, you feel like you let an opportunity get away because we did play. We felt we all played them and carried the pace. But we'll take moving forward is what we're capable of. I mean, we proved very well with 0 practice against 2 top 10 opponents. And, I can't imagine when we start getting consistent ice time and continue to refine and even start working on some of our systems, just how dangerous we can be.
Then you finally get to come back to the TCC and play another home series the first weekend in November, starting off first with Minot State, and then on Friday and Saturday night against UNLV. What can you tell fans about Minot State and UNLV?
Yeah, it's a great weekend for fans to come out and watch. It should be really exciting. Minot State right now is currently ranked 2nd in the country. They're one of the best teams in the country, and a lot of people don't know that because they're located in Minot, but it's a really good hockey team. A lot of Western Canadian players. They always have a lot of size. They're difficult to play against. We played them really tough last year. They were number 1 in the country last year. We played them 4 times, all to 1-goal games. I think the difference between us this year and from last year really is we didn't have that other guy to step up and get us that +1 goal in those tight games. And I'm looking forward to see the growth in our recruiting and the core steps they took this summer. And hopefully we can make a difference. But it's a team that it's always great games. It's always exciting. It always feels like a chess match. So for me personally as a coach, I really enjoy playing this team because it becomes such a chess match. I have a lot of respect for them, the program, and Coach Wade there does a great job, so he's fun to coach against.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Hockey Report. I'm Timothy Gassen, and I'm joined by University of Arizona Wildcat captain Dylan Carter. Now, Dylan, you're a junior at the University of Arizona, but you didn't start playing college hockey at the U of A. You played at Hobart. Explain to the fans, where is Hobart and what kind of hockey school is that?
Yeah, so Hobart College was a Division III school. For hockey fans that don't know, there really isn't Division II. It's Division I, Division III. Hobart's a small school in New York State. About 2,200 kids go there. So the D3 schools are, a lot smaller schools. Our coach actually played at a D3 school too. And I went up there. I had a great time. Lots of great guys. The compete level is it's very high at a school like that. I would say the top teams in D3 could compete with the Division I teams. Likewise, with the ACHA, a very competitive team. Competitive league. A lot more kids are becoming aware of the league, and I think that's what makes it competitive more and more every year. And I think the top teams in our league can compete with the middle to the lower end teams in Division III, and there's a trickle effect from D1 to D3 to the ACHA. So I think the league gets bigger and better every year, and I'm really happy to see how it's progressed.
Now, you're still a young player. You're just a junior, but this is your second year as captain of the Wildcats. What does it mean for you to be the captain of a team like this?
Yeah, obviously coming down here, hockey in Arizona, I thought it was, a little foreign to most people, but I was surprised to see how passionate, the locals here are to see us play every weekend. And when I first came here, there were 17 new kids to the team, a lot of guys who didn't know, where they stood, coming from all different leagues. And I was glad I could just show some experience and help some of the guys out. And when they voted me as captain, I couldn't have been happier, and I'm just really glad they supported me.
Now, for fans who might not know, what are some of the duties for a captain, both publicly as the captain of the team, but also privately here in the room with just your teammates? What does the captain do?
I think the captain is supposed to be the image or the face of the team, supposed to represent in the way the leadership acts, how the guys are supposed to act, how they're supposed to carry themselves, on and off the ice around the campus of Arizona. I'm there to help the guys out when they need a hand. I'm there to, not be their friend at all times. I'm there to be, their captain, a friend second. I got to put the team first and foremost. So, the captain has a lot of responsibilities. Sometimes they're not, the most friendly or nicest things to do, but you got to do them. And I'm glad I can help the guys out when I can and give them the message when I can.
Now, there's all kinds of different kinds of leaders in hockey. Are you a vocal leader? Do you lead with your actions on the ice? How do you lead this Wildcat team?
Yeah, I think actions speak a lot louder than words, especially in hockey. When you see a guy that's going in every shift, working as hard as he can to better the team and not really caring about the results of his individual statistics, but the team statistics is what really matters. And I like to lead as much as I can on the ice. I think that's my actions are my biggest tools for leadership. But, when I have to say something, I'm definitely not afraid to. But definitely I think actions speak louder than words.
And fans should remember that hockey players are people, just like regular people. So I'm going to talk about something that Captain Dylan Carter and I have in common, something he doesn't know we have in common. We both love wiener dogs.
Oh.
We both have dachshund dogs, the long wiener dogs. Yeah. Have you had wiener dogs all your life? Why are you a fan of wiener dogs?
You've done your research. No, my dad actually, he grew up in a small town. I'm from Toronto, Canada. He grew up in a small town, a suburb just outside of Toronto. And he had wiener dogs growing up, and I think the biggest reason for that is because they wasn't much of a hassle. You don't have to walk them. They don't shed, so maybe my dad's a bit of a lazier guy. And so he brought that to our family, and the trend kept going forward. And so we've had 2 wiener dogs in the family. We currently have a 12-year-old wiener dog named Pete, and he's happily at home. So I miss him, and hi, Pete.
But wiener dogs are fierce.
Yep.
They're determined.
They are.
And they're stubborn. Does that describe you, Dylan?
I mean, fierce and determined on the ice. Stubborn, I wouldn't say as stubborn. My dog, he's a little lazier. I mean, in his characteristics. So on the ice, we like to be fierce and stubborn, but off the ice, maybe not so much.
We've been visiting with the captain of the Arizona Wildcats hockey team. This is Dylan Carter. I'm Timothy Gassen, and we'll see you on the next Wildcat Hockey Report.